These tithe hustlers are getting out of hand.
Whenever you do not tithe, it's like you are robbing your father. Can you imagine yourself robbing your father?
Get on the ground. Get on the ground. Yo, D tie his hands. Tie his hands. Hey, man, check his pockets. Run his pockets, man.
You rob God, who gave you life, who provided for you, gave you opportunities, and you tie his hands so that he can't do anything that he desires to do for you. Son, I had a plan for your life. Son, I provided for you. I had a plan. Why would you rob me? Of all the people he could have robbed, why would you rob your father? Why would you rob the one who woke you up this morning, who started you on your way? And you tie the very hands of God, and now God's hands are tied. You got what you think you wanted, but what good is it without your father? What good is it without the one who designed you and created you? God did not create you to be a robber. God did not create you to be a thief. God created you to be blessed. When you put back into God's hand what's God's, then you untie the hands of God. When you untie the hand of God, what happens is God says, I had a plan from the get-go. Let me show you what God will do. God says, what I want to do is I desire to bless you. But what you do is you got me blocked. No, you got me blocked where I can't really get it out. But when you put it back where it belongs, in God's hand, God says, he said, I'll open up, boom, the floodgate of heaven. It will no longer be blocked. It's wide open. Look at your neighbor and say, it's wide open. And what God says, when you're tired, what I want to do is I want to put something on you. I want to pour you out a blessing that you will not have room enough to receive. But when you stop tithing and you feel like you got a full cup because God has blessed you just a little bit, what you do is you stop the flow of God in your life. And by the time you turn around, you done emptied out that little bit that God gave you, and then you want to come back to God, talking about, God, fill my cup. And God said, but wait a minute. What you did was you stopped the flow. I can't do what I want to do with you because you've tied my hands and you've taken away my opportunity to bless you. But when you get ready to tithe and you start offering to God, God says, what I want to do is I want to pour you out a blessing that you don't even have room enough to receive. That's somebody say overflow. Now, when you get to a point of overflow, you cannot be selfish. You got to invite somebody else to the party because you've got more than enough for yourself. This is why we're believers, because we bless other people. We've got children, grandchildren. We've got brothers and sisters and mothers and fathers and grandparents and friends and relatives and acquaintances and co-workers. And God says, I'm going to pour it on you so good that no matter how far they are, it's going to flow into their cup and they're going to be filled. And they're going to have to get somebody to come, because what happens is the blessing of the Lord maketh rich. Come on, son. And it flows. It flows. It flows. Amen. Somebody say, the flow of God is real. Somebody say, the flow of God is real. From generation to generation, God will put you into overflow. Somebody shout, that's my portion. I'm a tither. I'm an offerer. And I flow in the gift of giving. God put you in overflow. Slap 12 people high five and say, overflow, overflow. Oh, 12 people, get up out of your...
So what was the moral of the story? God is powerless without your fiat currency. Not giving is robbery. Feel guilty when you don't give. Such blatant manipulation and twisted logic.